Lotte World Adventure, located in capital city Seoul, South Korea, is the largest indoor theme park in the entire world. But putting its mind-boggling size aside, is it actually worth your visit? In this review, I'm going to talk about everything there is to know about the park and hopefully help you decide whether or not Lotte World Adventure deserves to be on your radar. You can't really talk about this park without first mentioning its layout, which in my opinion really has to be seen to be believed. Spread across 4 distinct floors, the adventure section of Lotte World, which is the indoor section, is a giant expanse of well-themed, heavily decorated dark rides, carnival rides, VR experiences, and performance stages. Whereas some enclosed parks tend to rely on indoors as its main theme, Lotte World harnesses the spirit of adventure, borrowing elements from ancient Egypt, the Brazilian jungle, Arabia, and of course, Korea. The use of multiple stacking floors gives the park not only a great sense of scale, but a nice element of height as well, which makes just walking around the park an act of daring exploration. But while Lotte World is mostly known for this gigantic indoor area, it actually has a pretty sizable outdoor land as well. Inspired by the Disney castles of the Western world, Magic Island is home to a couple of high-octane thrill rides and signature attractions set against the metropolitan backdrop of Seoul. It's an incredibly unique experience to turn your head to the right and see a enchanted castle, and then turn your head to the left and see one of the busiest cities in the entire world. But hey, that's South Korea in a nutshell, really. Most Korean parks are pretty big on the whole cutesy mascot thing, and Lotte World is no exception, with brand integration playing a pretty significant role in both ride theming and merchandise. However, at least for me personally, the advertising never gets too obtrusive to turn into a negative, and hey, those mascots are pretty cute. So, with all of that being said, we now turn to the ride lineup, which I'm happy to say, while not award-winning, is still pretty varied and satisfying. Inside, you can find everything from a full-fledged roller coaster, 4D theaters, virtual reality experiences, shooting rides, dark rides, carousels, arcades, and even an indoor river rapids. If you have the time, you can catch a show on the premiere stage, and during our visit, a giant central ice rink was under construction just to add to the myriad of activities available to you. Going back to that coaster, French Revolution, the indoor one, is a Vekoma custom looper that admittedly does have a cooler setting than it does layout, but man, that setting is really, really cool. It takes full advantage of the fact that it's indoors and plays with so many great scenery elements and near misses, along with a very nice exploration layout that goes throughout a lot of the park. It still has some really good G's, both negative and positive, and overall is a fantastic experience that I think makes it a very, very underrated and forceful looper. Head over to Magic Island and you'll find rides geared more towards older audiences, with multiple drop towers, a disco coaster, a swinging ship, and 2 roller coasters, both Intamins as a matter of fact. The first, Comet Express, is a very spinny, very intense indoor dark coaster, and the second is arguably the park's signature experience, Atlantis Adventure. This LIM launch coaster has some insanely detailed theming and a fantastic sense of speed, weaving in and out of all very detailed rock work, making it both deceptively forceful and fun. In between queuing up to ride the rides, you can end up observing one of the many parades scheduled throughout the day, or of course, searching for some delicious theme park food, of which there are many stalls, options, and cuisines to choose from. By downloading the Lotte World Adventure app, you can view current wait times and even book your Magic Pass, which is kind of like the old Fast Pass skip the line system at Disney World. Word of warning though, if you plan on visiting Lotte World on a Korean holiday or even a weekend for that matter, forget it. This park gets insanely busy, like 3 hours wait in line for anything good busy, and on top of that, Korean theme parks aren't exactly known for their quick and speedy operations. So if you're gonna visit, try to clear a weekday and you should only have to face a manageable sized crowd. I also can't bring up Lotte World Adventure without mentioning Lotte Tower, which while technically is not part of the park and requires separate admission, is so dominating on the park's horizon that it feels like an essential part of the experience. Lotte Tower is the 5th tallest building in the entire world, and from the very top of the viewing platform, you get a breathtaking view of the park as well as the rest of Seoul. The observation tower is super well themed and staffed and designed. It's easily one of the best ones I've ever done, so I highly recommend taking the time to make your way over, only about a 5-minute walk from the park entrance. Overall, Lotte World Adventure is a marvel to behold. It's an impressive engineering feat, it's an absolute joy to walk around, and it has some nice attractions to go along with it. Its ride lineup does leave a little bit to be desired, lacking in unique thrill rides or a truly standout coaster, but what it has is still impressive, and as long as your expectations are in check, I think basically everyone will find something that fits their liking. In my opinion, it's one of the best parks in South Korea, and certainly worth taking a day to go out of your way and visit. And that's our review of Lotte World Adventure. Let us know what you think, if you agree or disagree, by leaving a comment below. And if you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel for more theme park content just like this. I've been Adam with Theme Park Blitz, and I'll see you in our next video.